That looks pretty safe. So this time it's a Fram 3614. Purring like a kitten. So let's take a look underneath it while we got it teetering on the board. Oh, gusher. I ran the engine for a few minutes to warm up the oil. That's draining out pretty good. And it's pretty black. So she's definitely due. Let's take a look at the air filter. Whew. Let's see. Better days. Let's see what we got here. Definitely use a replacing. Just for the start of the season. Well, looks like that's done. Ain't going nowhere. I like how they attach this little hose. See back in the engine where you usually drain, they put a little drain hose on it for you, which is nice. Let's see if we can get this thing by hand. That's on there pretty good. That's better. Okay, that looks pretty good. I don't know if I got a fuel filter for this or not. If we do, we'll swap it out. Okay, so this time it's a Fram 3614. It says Zt1 on it, so it must be the right one, right? Looks perfect. So I checked the parts department. We don't have a fuel filter. We don't have an air filter. And while we're at it, if you've seen the videos on this machine before, you know that is a bad battery. So I guess we'll have to bite the bullet, buy the battery along with those filters. So when it's really cold out and you put the choke on full, that raises this up and closes the choke in the carburetor, which lets it start up. But the problem we have is that when you put it on full choke, you have to crank it, and eventually it'll start. But if you raise this up a little bit, like that, she'll fire right up. So I'm thinking that the choke isn't quite closing fully in the carb to allow this thing to start up when it's cold. So to address that, it's going to be a simple fix. I think all we got to do is bend this up a little bit so that it closes that choke a little more in the carburetor. bet that's going to take care of it. Okay, let's go choke up, full, switch on, contact. Purring like a kitten. Perfect. Now I always like to check the oil one more time now that we started up, filled up the oil filter, see how we're doing. Yeah, it's a little low, which is what I figured. So we'll add a little more and then she should be topped off. Perfect. While we have it in the shop, we'll take a look at the deck too. Now to pull the deck off, it's pretty simple. You've got to pull out about 3 pins and take the belt off. That's why you always want to check your equipment in the springtime. We're missing a pin for this one. There's no pin holding that in. So we'll replace that. That looks pretty safe. So let's take a look underneath it while we got it teetering on the board. I don't see anything that needs attention. Everything looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the deck. Now, if you saw our earlier review of this mower deck, you know we had some spots that were chipped off paint. Over in here, over on the edge, and the deck itself, and back here. See how it's holding up. And still a little rust coming through. We painted it. Kind of see there. Well, let's clean off the deck. Let's take a look at the spindles and see how they're doing. Clean this up. Oh, I hit something hard there, huh? Bent that back a little bit. I was torn with the idea of replacing these blades, but might get another season out of them. Sharpen them up, see how she cuts, cleaned up. Looks tight. the bearings are okay for now. So let's just take them off and sharpen them up. You can see up top, you want to make sure, see how it's a little bit of a gap right there? Let's make that go away. And it's gone. That looks pretty safe. Not much tighter. I don't know, I don't have a service book on this, so I don't know what it says about these things, but there's clearly was grease in it. And I think you fill it up, put the bolt back in there, that should push the grease down and squeeze it out. Needle injector, it only goes down that far. I'd have to squish the grease down there somewhere. So let's hope it's gonna go to good use. I'll do the other side. Okay, I think that pretty much does it. We've changed the oil, we've changed the filter. We know we need an air filter and a fuel filter, which get those next couple days and take care of that. We've taken off the deck. We've inspected the deck, we've inspected the belt, that all looks good. We resharpened the blades. I think they're gonna last for at least a couple months before we have to sharpen those again. We went through and we double checked the pivot points and added a little grease to those for the front wheels. And we have also adjusted the choke to make this thing start a little easier. I think that pretty much covers it. So this should be back in service the next couple days. As soon as we get those filters, throw them in. And we'll have more videos about us using the Ultima Zt1 as the summer goes on. So we hope you like the channel. We hope you subscribe. Help us get to that 1,000 mark. If you like the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and like it. And we'll see you next time.